So firstly, I want to wish you a happy new year. Happy 2024. Hope you all had an amazing New Year's Eve and you got up to some naughtiness and maybe you did consume some alcohol and did a bit of hanky panky. But anyway, I want to welcome you all into this new year. So have you made a New Year's resolution? Did you bust a few wines last night and pop some champagne and made a big announcement of what your life is going to look like this year? I used to do this every single year. But here's the thing. New Year's resolutions, people make them but break them. A New Year's resolution isn't something that you just kind of verbalize. We need to make a proper plan. We got to sit down with a pen and paper, and I want you to do that today. I want you to look at really like your life, how you want it to be this year. I want to ask you a question as well. How committed are you to making change? Because change happens, but we've got to do a number of things before any change is going to be permanent. And I'm really big on change. We should be looking to change all the time. Not only, it's a bit fucked up really, come New Year's Eve, people make New Year's resolutions. You got the whole year to make a change. Why do you need to wait until the 1st of January to start to change your life? So you could have done this at any time in your life. So you think you're in September, you think, you know what, I'll just carry on. I'll take the rest of this year out, carry on doing what I'm doing, and I'll change. But look back at 2023. How inconsistent was your life, your results? Were you happy with the money that you made? Were you happy with the things that you did? Did you do the things that you said that you were going to do on the previous New Year's resolution or not? No, was there a massive gap? Now, we've got to simply sit down and ask ourselves, hey, listen, what do I really want? Set yourself an income goal. You want to set yourself two types of goals. One would be a professional goal, professional goal, right? Sound like that guy out of Open All Hours, right? So think about a professional goal that you want to set, a financial goal, a monthly income goal. Think about a personal goal that you want to set for yourself. This could be a health-related goal, and this could be a family-related goal. Maybe you want to move. And then you write down on a piece of paper, hey, listen, every single month I would like to be earning X amount of money. But you don't just put the money down. You firstly got to have a lifestyle change. You think, right, how do I want to live this year? Think about do you want to move home? Do you want a different car? Do you want to experience different things? Maybe travel a bit more. Maybe it's worth figuring out how much money you actually need to live the way you want to live. Think about some of the areas in your relationships that you'd like to change. Are there people that you would like to improve relationships with? A lot of the time people make resolutions based upon income, based upon changes they want to have in their professional life. Maybe I want to get fit. I want to get a six pack. I want to get abs and big arms or whatever it is for you, right? But a lot of people don't really focus on different areas in their life, right? I want to look at my relationships. I want to look at people that I want to improve my relationships with. This could be your parents, your wife, your partner, your children. This could be your employees. This could be your suppliers. This could be a number of different people, maybe your neighbors. So break it down. Think of relationships that you'd like to improve. Think about areas in your life, definitely your income. Think about business expansion. What do I want to do really this year in business? Do I want to carry on operating at this level? Do I want to maybe rebrand my business? That's a good one. When was the last time you looked at your branding in your business? Have you even looked at it? Is your brand consistent and congruent with the type of people that you want to attract? Think about investing in your business. What areas in your business could you invest in? Have you got yourself a mentor? You might say, you know what? If I want to make change, I've got to have someone to hold me accountable. I've got to work with someone who's going to help me, who's going to show me, who's going to guide me, who's going to hold me accountable to make the changes that I need to make, and they're going to call me out on it. One thing you should definitely have, if you never had a mentor before and you want to improve your results, you want to get yourself a mentor. Now, am I trying to pitch my services to you? Abso-fucking-lutely, right? So why not? So get yourself a mentor. You want to get yourself a mentor in your business, and if you want to get fit, you want to have a health goal, you want to definitely get yourself a personal trainer, a mentor. I've got one. Any area that you want to improve, you want to look at investing in that area. Maybe your relationship sucks. Maybe you need to get some additional help, some outside help to help you fix that stuff. Okay, we want to be constantly improving our lives in all areas. Now, if we don't improve, guess what? We stay as we are. And there's a stat that says by the 15th of January, the New Year's resolution that you've made, you've dropped off it. Okay, you've dropped off it. Think about how many days in are you going to start to feel like your old self. You might get motivated. You might get pumped up for a very few days. But what happens ultimately is your old behavior, your old thought patterns creep back in and they start to control your body. It's like you're a puppet. that's controlled by some strings. So a lot of people ain't really in control of themselves. We're not. Our subconscious mind is in control of us. This is why sometimes we know we should be doing a certain thing and we don't do it, because our behavior takes over. Our subconscious behavior, our identity. We have an identity. Now, unless you change your identity, your own blueprint that you have of yourself, don't expect a new year to change things for you. Okay, people expect a new year, the calendar is going to make the changes. You make the changes yourself. But before you can do that, you need to identify the areas that you want to change, you want to improve. Now, you got to hold yourself accountable. That's the other thing, self-accountability. So otherwise you'll let yourself off the hook. You've got to demand more of yourselves. If you want to make change, you've got to change at that subconscious level, and you've got to make a committed decision that you actually want to change. You know, motivation does not last. You know, you might get motivated to say it's January the 1st. You might get motivated. You might walk around, fuck, things going to change. You might tell yourself that, you know what, I'm going to start to dress a certain way. I'm going to start to dress a different way. And guess what? You might start to dress a different day for a couple of days, and all of a sudden you get into a rush and you say, you know what, I ain't got time today. I'll do it tomorrow. Then tomorrow you say, I ain't got time. I'll do it tomorrow. And guess what? That change doesn't last. That change is non-existent. And this happens in different areas of our lives. Think about like one thing that you would really love to change, that you've had enough of, that you could not like go through 2024 if you do not change this one thing. Now, what is this one main thing? What is this one thing? Write it down. Get a pen and paper. Is it around your business? Is it around your income? Is it around like where you're showing up in your marketplace? Think about it. Now, your brand, your business will be exactly the same this year, 5 years from now, unless you, my friend, changes. Okay. Now we've got to understand like, hey, what do I need to do to really like up level my game? You got to be constantly digging into yourself and asking yourself like, what area do I need to change? You need to go fucking beast mode on this. This year, you've got to make a decision that I am going to stick to my commitments. Now, before you stick to your commitments, you got to understand it's the behavior that controls your actions. Your actions cause your results. Okay, think about that. You don't just get results. Results don't just happen. We create the results. Okay, think about your thoughts, your feelings, and actions. Okay, your actions are congruent with your thoughts, and your feelings are congruent with your thoughts, and your actions are congruent with your feelings. Bit of a tongue twister, right? It seems like there's a lot to take in, but we've got to understand that results are. That's the outcome of the root cause. There's a root cause and it's going on in your subconscious mind that controls how you think, how you feel, how you act, how you behave, and what sort of actions that you take. And we've got to understand, we've got to make permanent change, and it takes creating new habits, forming new habits. So what's one or two habits that you'd like to change? Think about it. Just like, listen, going to bed on time could be a massive difference to your productivity, because when you're waking up in the morning tired, fucked, drained, you ain't going to be that productive because you're not going to be able to move into action. But now if you just fix one thing at night, say, right, let me start going to bed on time, and when I go to bed, let me go to bed, right? Not crack one off, right? You go to bed and you go to bed, you go to sleep, you wake up early, refreshed, and you have a routine planned, and you get into action. You don't look at the routine, I'll do it later. You get into fucking action. Think of like high level business people. Think of a billionaire. Think of a multimillionaire. How would that person behave? If they came into your business right now, if they came into your life, what changes would they make? What would they tell you to do differently? Because when we've got no accountability, we've got no one to show us what to do. We're like a loose cannon, right? We're all over the place. We're spraying everywhere. But we've got to get committed. So I want you to write down to say, like, in a short statement, in the present tense, how you want your results to be. So when I say present tense, I mean like you might say, I am so happy now that I'm living in my beautiful home. I'm at my certain weight and I am producing X amount of income. My business is growing by this much every single month. And look at some of the behaviors that you want to incorporate in there. I am now a productive person. I get things done. When I say I'm going to do something, I do it. And I hold myself accountable. I am a fucking, I was going to say maniac or a beast. You don't want to turn into a beast, right? All hair down your back and everything. You want to be accountable. I'm an accountable person. Write out a description exactly how you want to be, right? Just write a description in the present tense and just read that every single day. and commit to that. Commit to taking the actions that are in that statement. Okay, don't just rely on reading books to change. We have to really, firstly, you've got to be committed to change. Otherwise, you won't change. You've got to look at the outcomes. What outcomes will I experience? What will I have if I can change this? Now, those outcomes are based upon your behavior. It's how you're programmed, what you're willing to do. I remember one time I heard, I think it was Bob used to say that when you make a sacrifice, you're giving up something from a lower nature to have something of a higher nature. So there's going to be some things that you've got to leave behind, some habits that you've got to drop, some things that are not serving you well that you're still doing. There's going to be some people that you've got to stop hanging about with. There's going to be some people that you've got to drop that no longer serve you. And it's okay. You don't feel guilt. Think about some of the people that you want to cut out of your life this time around. Some of the people that are not serving you, or some people that always bring out the bad in you. We all have them, right? Well, I don't anymore, but I used to have people like that. They always bring the bad out in you. It's time to cut it off. Don't stay so often. Don't go so often, and don't stay so long. That's a great concept that I once said. If there's someone there that's always negative and you want to shut off all negativity, say, right, these are the people that I need to cut out of my life. Or maybe you don't totally cut them out, but you don't go so often and you don't stay so long. How would that serve you well? Find yourself a new community. Find yourself new people to roll around with, high achievers, people that are going places. We want to create a great environment. Inside my inner circle, we've got a great environment. We've got people that come together from all over the world with one common outcome they want to achieve. They want to achieve more success. So surround yourself with winners, not losers. Surround yourself with the right types of people that encourage you, that support you, that have got your back. Your community is really important to you as well. Okay. And your own mindset. You got to think, right, how am I going to start thinking differently? What kind of thoughts do I need to drop that are not serving me well? How can I be aware of when I'm feeling a low vibration, I'm not feeling so great? How can I snap out of it much quicker? Maybe you're one of those people that when things are going great, you're doing great, right? But as soon as something happens on the outside, maybe a client drops off, somebody doesn't make that, you don't make that sale that you were promised, you were really expecting this one big thing to happen, and you're all okay up until that point. And when you get the news, right, this isn't happening, you fucking go into a slump. You turn into a little bitch. You start moaning, complaining. You're fucking screaming and shouting. You go victim mode. You turn into a baby. You got to say, I ain't going to be a baby. I'm going to stay in control of myself. Say, all right, and fuck it, screw it. It's cool. Next, please. Because that's when you start to deal with abundance. Now, this universe, we can tap into so much abundance. We have everything that we already need. Okay, you don't need to create any changes on the outside. All you got to do is change yourself, and the outside will respond to you. The universe will mirror back to you the changes that you make internally. So I talk about the financial thermostat. You start working on that, and what will happen is the universe will respond back to you, or give you exactly who you are, what you're programmed for. So that's one great thing. You ain't got to change anything on the outside, my friend. The only thing that you've got to work on, the only concern that you have, is working on yourself. You take care of yourself, the universe will take care of everything else. The inner growth shows up on the outside. What happens is a lot of people are so caught up with changing things on the outside, waiting for something on the outside to change. Nothing changes on the outside. It only changes on the outside when we change inside, which changes outside. It's a causation takes place, and the universe rearranges everything to be in harmony with this new version of you. So the reason why we get same results, New Year's resolution, the reason why it's going to be the same this year, next year, the year after, is because you simply haven't changed. So the universe does not have anything different to mirror back to you. It can't reflect back to you because you are still projecting that same reflection. It's like me looking in the mirror, looking at my haircut. Now, listen, if I look in the mirror, I'm going to see the same thing, right? Because I haven't made a change. Now, if I go shave my head off and get number one, whatever I see in the mirror is going to be different. Right? I'm going to see myself looking with the number one, with my shaved head, whatever. Same thing. If you don't change yourself internally, do not expect the universe to change. Do not expect different people to show up, different opportunities to show up, more money to show up, lifestyle changes, if you ain't going to change. Remember what I always say is, things change when you change. So I hope that makes sense to you. Don't expect the New Year's resolution to be enough to give you a better life in 2024. You want better things? You got to be better. You want your income to grow? You must grow. You want a nicer lifestyle? You must be nicer inside. Okay? You must change yourself in order to experience a new reality, because the reality that you're facing is a reflection of your inner reality. Change the inside, you'll automatically change the outside. So have a wonderful, happy new year. And I'm looking forward to doing more podcasts and really doing more this year to help and serve more people. So listen, if you do want to inquire about my mentorship, you want to work with me in the circle, maybe you've been following me for some time and you want to see the results and help, you want my help to get the results. You've seen all my clients winning, like making some crazy stuff. If you haven't seen some of my clients' results, go on to YouTube, go on to Mindy Paul Reviews, type something like that in, and you're going to see a load of live video testimonials of people winning big time. Now, if you want to make 2024 a bigger and better for yourself, having a mentor is going to like increase your chances like by 1,000,000 to 1. Okay, so I definitely suggest that you reach out to me. If not me, if I don't resonate with you, that's all cool. But get yourself someone that you resonate with, someone that you relate to, and someone who's getting results for their clients. Always, if you ever work with a mentor, you don't just want to look at their results. You want to look at who they've helped and how they've helped them, right? So one area I specialize is in mindset, manifestation, and business coaching. So if you want my help, let's make it happen. 2024, I definitely want to help more people, and I hope you are one of them. So I'll see you on the next one.